Welcome back to Cosmetics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and I have a story for you. So obviously this is the same day as the last story I told, because the last story was a short story, so I'm just going to do another short story. This is the most embarrassing thing in my life that I can remember right now. If I remember something that's more embarrassing than this, I will definitely share it with you, but this is something that happened a couple years ago, and I honestly wish I could take it back, but I can't. It happened, so here I am to share it with you. I have 4 sisters, and all my sisters had best friends. I had a best friend, you know, whatever. Not really irrelevant to the story, but we all had best friend from our childhood that we knew in Pickering. My oldest sister is heavyset, and she had a best friend that was even more heavyset. Now, these two were Bati and Bench, and throughout the years, I guess they kind of fell out, so I didn't see her as often. Hell, I didn't see her ever. Like, if I bumped into her, it was a rare motherfucking occurrence. I'm at home one night, and my mom is downstairs, and she yells to me. First of all, I'm upstairs with Shooter. We're chilling in the room, and my mom is just doing her own thing in the house. Like, me and Shooter lived at my mom's house. So we're chilling in the room, and all of a sudden my mom yells to me, and she says, Bree, do you remember Janine's friend Alexis? And so I yell back to her, and I was like, the fat one? Oh, I said the fat one. And so there was an awkward silence, and my mom didn't answer me, so I figured she didn't hear me. So of course my dumb ass yells it again. I'm like, the fat one? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. Okay, so I yell the fat one, and the awkward silence is still there, and all of a sudden I hear a third party, a different voice saying, why not the intelligent one? Why not the beautiful one? Why not the spectacular one? I was like,
It was at that moment that she knew that she fucked up.
motherfucking at a loss for words. The bitch was in the house. She was in the house. I was so flabbergasted. I was so embarrassed. I'm looking at Shooter. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't go out there and say hi to her now. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I'm like panicking in the room because it was just horrifying. And this is like this is like proof that you have to watch your tongue. Your tongue is a very powerful weapon, and you got to be careful what you say, because you don't know who is listening. I did not know anybody was at my house. I didn't know we had company over. I didn't know why the hell she was there, because legit, my sister doesn't live there, and I'm pretty sure they weren't even really like friends like that, you know? And so I was in my room, like kind of pacing, like, oh my god, how am I supposed to go out there and say hi to her now? Like, I can't just not apologize. So of course I'm in the room for like a good half an hour thinking, how the hell am I supposed to just go out there and show my face here at this point, because I was thoroughly embarrassed. Like, I've had some embarrassing things happen to me, but I don't embarrass easily. And so this was one of the first times I actually felt like I could just roll up in the fetus position and die. I just wanted to die right then and there. I eventually built up the courage to go out there, and I was just like, I'm so sorry, like, and she was just like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But obviously she was really hurt, but I was just like, I'm so sorry. And then I said, how are you? And she's like, wow, you are grown. And I was just like, yeah. Because I promise you guys, I haven't seen her in probably, at that time, I hadn't seen her in like 15 years. 15 years. The first thing that I say when I'm in her presence is the fat one. The fat one. Anyway, I said that shit twice, so I had to go apologize to her and greet her, and she just like, I can't even believe that you're you. Like, I can't believe you're standing in front of me right now. How old are you? All that catching up shit. But it was awkward as hell, and after I said my 1-2 hellos to her, I brought my ass back in my room and just repented for my sins, because that was really embarrassing. I'm still sorry. If you're watching this right now, I'm sorry. I said the fat one. Oh my gosh. Never again. I don't know. That's just the only way I thought I could describe her. Like, and I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't even really need to say that because she only had one friend by that name. But it was just like, it was just automatic. It was like word vomit because my mom said, do you remember? And I'm just thinking, I'm like, okay mom, like why wouldn't I remember that? Like she was at her house all the time. If my mom had said, I'm not blaming you mom, if my mom had said, come down here for a second, and I would have been like, okay. And then we could have, all this would have been avoided, child. But that's not how it went down, so I'm a cunt bitch. Fuck it. Anyway, that's another short story. I do love you all, and I will see you in the next one. I apologize for the darkness, but I didn't get to share this story with you. So, my mom calls to me earlier, and she's just like, do you remember Tiffany? And I'm just like, the big one? And then she didn't reply to me, so I thought she didn't hear me. So then I was like, the one that was big and louder. And then I hear a voice saying, no, the one that was beautiful. But that was not my mom's voice. The bitch was in my hallway. Do you know how embarrassed I was? The embarrassment like legit took over my whole entire body. I couldn't even deal. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened. I called this lady fat not once but twice in the same damn time. Like, and to make matters worse, because I was so embarrassed, I immediately kind of just laid down and my boyfriend was dying. And I'm just like, okay, you're not helping the freaking situation right now. But like, yeah, I laughed for a second and then I thought about it and I'm like, fuck, like I can't even go out there now to go like hug her and say hi and stuff. And like the moment passed, so it was way too late. It was too late to apologize. It was just a fucking mess. My life is so awkward, like awkwardblackgirl.com.